to my channel. Don't mind my voice. I do have a cold, I have a cough, I'm like a hot mess. But I wanted to get this review up for you guys because I did post a picture on my Instagram with the MAC new foundation. This is the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. A few of you guys wanted to know my thoughts on it, so I'm here to give you guys a review. So if you want to know a little bit more about this foundation, then just keep on watching. I did purchase mine at the MAC counter, so I was able to kind of test out the colors. This does come in 16 different shades. I picked mine up in NC30 and it does retail for $38.50. I'm lucky enough to have a pro card, so I did pick this up for $25, which I think is a really great deal. You only get 25 mils, which is not your standard size of a foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible. You get 1 fluid ounce, which is your normal standard size when you do purchase a foundation. So I just want to tell you guys, I just wanted to show you the difference in the packaging. So I really like this packaging instead of your typical glass bottle that MAC usually puts their foundations in, because it's travel friendly and it's small enough to put in your bag. So I really like it. I like it that it comes out in a squeeze tube, which is nice. So yeah, I got mine in the color NC30. I'm usually in between like an NC25 or 30. Keep in mind that MAC foundations will oxidize a shade up. So NC30 is actually a really good match for me even when I'm self-tanning. So that's what I have on today. I just wanted to go on the MAC website and just share with you guys a little bit about this foundation. And the one thing that really got me interested in this is that it's waterproof. So I really wanted to kind of test that theory out to see if that was true. So on the website it says it's a waterproof formula that can be used as a foundation or concealer. It's good for 24 hours. Neither rain nor tears can budge this oil-free foundation. It actually replenishes moisture from the surface of the face. This formula blends seamlessly into the skin with a medium to full weightless coverage and a natural satin finish. This foundation has no SPF in it, so you want to wear a moisturizer that does have an SPF of 30 or above, especially in the summertime. I do like the coverage, I like the finish. It's a very natural, it's a satin finish. I do feel like you need to set this. For me anyways, I do have oily skin, so I like to set all my foundations, but I still feel like you need to set this. It wasn't sticky or anything. It's definitely weightless. I don't feel it on the skin at all, but just keep that in mind that I feel like you do need to set this. I was a little bit concerned on how this was going to hold up on my oily skin because it does say nourishing, so I was kind of held back a little bit by that, but the guy convinced me to give it a shot because he did feel like it was good for all skin types, and I do have to agree with that. So if you have combination to oily skin, or you're extremely oily, if you're dry, I still really think you will like this foundation. So the first day I wore this foundation, I applied it with my buffing brush. Now, if you use your buffing brush, you're going to get more of a coverage than when you're using your beauty blender. So for me personally, I actually liked using my beauty blender better. The product is more like a creamy texture, so it's not going to soak up into your beauty blender like some of like the liquids will. Now this product, when you're applying it, it actually sits on top of your skin, so it's not going to go into your fine lines or wrinkles. I did not notice that at all because I do have some fine lines throughout my forehead and I do frown a lot, so I was a little bit worried if it was going to kind of settle into my fine lines or even underneath my eyes. Now, I didn't like using it as a concealer. I do have dry under eyes. I felt like it just kind of felt a little bit more dry, but if I maybe use something with a little bit more moisture underneath my eyes, something that was a little bit more hydrating before I applied this, I think it would have worked. It would have worked better for me. I didn't like it for that, but some people probably will. I didn't notice any like creasing. I just felt like my under eyes looked a little bit more dry, if that makes any sense. Although it still looked really nice with the buffing brush, I just prefer using my beauty blender because it just looked a little bit more flawless, a little bit more blended into the skin, where it didn't kind of, you didn't really notice that I was wearing foundation. Because with some MAC foundations, if you add a little bit too much, you look like you have foundation on. And I don't know if that's just me. I'm really used to my Dior Nude Air foundation. I love that foundation. It's that serum. So that one is a very natural skin looking foundation. You don't notice it on the skin at all, where I find that this one does, and that's why I like using my beauty blender a little bit more than my buffing brush. This does say that it lasts up to 24 hours, and normally I don't wear my makeup for 24 hours. I think the longest that I ever wear my makeup is around like maybe 12 hours, the 13-hour mark, and then it's off. So I did have this foundation on for about 12 hours, I would say, and my makeup was still on. It did not budge, it didn't move. I didn't notice any creasing or anything settling into my fine lines or my pores. So that's really good. That is one thing that I look for in a foundation. Is it waterproof? Yes, it's definitely waterproof. The first day that I wore this, I put on this Chanel shadow stick. This is from their summer collection, and it's the first time that I've ever bought one of these. I wanted to test them out. I heard really great things about it. And the lady said that she really likes it because she likes to put it even underneath her lower lash line. Well, I did that and it burned my eyes. And which was good. I'm actually glad that it did burn my eyes because it tested this foundation out for me, because it does say on the website that even tears will not budge this foundation. And I teared up so bad that I was actually like rubbing like my eye makeup off because I had to get this off because it was burning my eyes so badly, and my makeup did not budge. So we know that the tears will definitely hold up on this foundation. Will the water hold up on this foundation? Now, I did not test it out with water, but I did watch a review here on YouTube. I will leave her channel and her video link down below, so you guys can go over to her channel and check that out. But she actually took a spray bottle and sprayed her entire face, and the water just literally just sat on her face. So I definitely think that this is waterproof, especially since I was tearing up so bad that day and my makeup underneath did not budge, and I wore it as a concealer that day. So what do I really think about the new foundation by MAC? I actually really like it, and I did think I was going to. I'm only a fan of one MAC foundation, and I haven't repurchased that in a really long time. Now, I know that some foundations by MAC will break people out, but for me, I never had that issue, and I don't think that you will break out from this because I feel like this foundation almost just sits on top of your face and doesn't like sink into your fine lines or pores. It just kind of is like almost like a mask on your face, if that makes any sense to any of you. But that's just how I feel. Definitely go to the MAC counter, maybe get a sample and test it out for yourself. I think that this foundation is great for the summertime. If you're around a pool, if it's really, really hot outside, I think this is going to hold up for you really nicely. And every day that I have worn this foundation, my makeup has been intact. It hasn't moved, it didn't budge, it lasted all day long for me until I took it off. So I think it's a really nice foundation. I'm really impressed with it. So those are my final thoughts on this foundation. Let me know in the comments down below if you tried this foundation yet, if you plan on trying it. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on it and what you think about it. If you are new to my channel, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope that you guys subscribe and stay a while. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you have any other questions on this foundation, please leave them in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.